Oh man, it is nice and sunny today. What's up guys? Hope you're having a great day today. The Z3 is out in the sun, but today we're not here to talk about the Z3 in the sun. We're here to talk about the Z3 during a thunderstorm and why I won't drive it. So let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna level with you guys. I kind of had to start the Z3 to get it out here, so this isn't a cold start, but a lukewarm start. Regardless, it still sounds nice, but I mean, it's not the same, especially when it's misfiring. Oh my goodness gracious. I'll be honest, I just drove the Clarity for like 3 hours, and immediately when I get into this car, when I'm coming to a stop, the first thing I try to do is pull the minus paddle to increase regen braking. Obviously, this car doesn't have regen braking. It also doesn't have paddle shifters, so big dumb move on my end. But hey, I'm kind of a bit of a dumb guy, so what can you do? I'm not gonna lie, I also forgot how low this car is compared to the Clarity. In the Clarity, I was like, you know, a bit up, just nice, able to lean back a bit more. This car, not as much. I'm like standing up straight. The brakes are really bad on this. Oh my god. And that brings me to the first reason why I don't want to drive this BMW Z3 in a thunderstorm, and that's because of the brakes. The brakes in this car are fairly bad. Like, they are not that well, they're not that strong. It definitely does take me a while to slow down compared to other cars that I drive. Quite frankly, it's a bit of a scary experience to say the least. I've had to slam on my brakes like no other. I have felt the bottom of the floor when it comes to these brakes, and have not just been rushed forward completely. It's just terrifying to me for some reason. Well, actually, no, not for some reason. That's a pretty good reason. If the brakes are, you know, not the best, then it's scary when they don't want to be the best and don't want to work the best. And I mean, in the rain, one of the things you want is brakes, you know, like to keep traction, to keep your brakes, to keep yourself from going in a direction where you do not want to go. Obviously, if you lose control, then you probably shouldn't put your foot on the brakes. I mean, I don't know. I'm not your driving instructor. I don't know what they taught you in driving school. They taught me in driving school that if you hydroplane, don't put your foot on the brakes. Apparently, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a driving instructor. If you are one, let me know if I'm right or wrong in the comments below. Now, the second reason why I don't drive this BMW Z3 in the rain that much is because it's a rear-wheel drive car. Obviously, rear-wheel drive in the rain, it does tend to slip sometimes, and I've had this car slip on me a few times, especially when I'm doing like sometimes 65, and it'll slip, and it's just scary. Like, I don't know how to explain it more than it is scary. But I've seen some Z3s with traction control systems, so maybe I'm wrong, who knows. But from what I've seen in my car specifically, it does not appear to have a traction control system. It does like to slip sometimes, and it has slipped on me in the rain before, which is always just a little bit scary for me. I don't know how to explain. Well, I mean, obviously, it's scary for anybody if you lose traction in a moment where you definitely, desperately need it. It's one of those things where like your fight or flight response kicks in, and you try and do obviously everything that you can to just, you know, stay good and stay fine. I mean, I've had traction go out on me, not even in just this car. I drove the Clarity this weekend, and it was a severe flash flood. I drove the Clarity through that, and I had lost traction to the point where my traction light had come on, I think a good 5 or 6 times, I'd say. It was always just nerve-wracking whenever it happened. Like, I'd see the light pop up, and I'm like, oh, okay, I need to, like, dead focus on it. And I am not somebody who has good focus, except in situations where it's like that. Because, I mean, if I don't have the focus, then I'm kind of sort of screwed, you know what I'm saying? Now, the third reason why I wouldn't drive this car during a thunderstorm is just to the fact of the roof likes to leak. So yes, I've changed the entire roof on this BMW Z3, and it still likes to leak. I don't know why. Like, I mean, it's leaking at the edges, like in the crevices between, I'd say, like the window, the door, and the roof. So maybe it's just an issue of just that area. Hopefully it is. But when I was driving this car recently through a thunderstorm, it just kept dripping onto me, and it always just feels gross. Like, I don't know what it is. I just hate having like slow drops put on me. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. Well, I'm definitely weird. Like, let's get that out of the way. I'm definitely a weird person, and that person nearly just hit a biker. Okay, we are on a 1-lane road real quick, so I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna put it in third, second. Oh, okay. I don't think it liked it too much, but we'll run with that still. Oh man. I feel like the roof thing is gonna always just drive me crazy for some reason. Like, when it just dropping and all that stuff, like, I know convertibles have that problem. I had that problem with my last roof, now this roof. I just don't know how to explain it. And the weird part of it is that I've driven this car through a thunderstorm recently twice, on 2 different thunderstorms in the past, I wanna say, month. One was this past weekend where it was dropping through, and then the other was a few months ago, or not even a few months ago, like last month, where it did not have a single drop. And I was driving for 3 hours and not a single drop. The Clarity was in front of me spraying water into the Z3. Not a single drop went into the cabin somehow. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm doing a lot of rambling in this video. I'm so sorry about that. But I don't know, I just always like to talk and just say my thoughts when it comes to a topic. So I'm sorry for the rambling. I don't know if you guys like it or hate it. Let me know what you guys think about it. This is gonna be a bit of a weird reason why I don't drive my Z3 during the rain. And that's because of the thing of, thank you. Thank you. Oh man. That guy liked the car. It always brightens my day when someone likes the car. I don't know what it is about it. Like sometimes when I tell people I just met, they're like, oh yeah, no, I have an old BMW convertible, and then they see it's a Z3. They always compliment it, and it just warms my heart for some reason. I don't know, I'm weirdly sappy like that, I guess. I always give people flack for being sappy and just like joke around like, ah, sappy. Except I'm the same exact way. I am no better. Another reason why I don't like driving the Z3 during a thunderstorm is because, well, let's be honest, it's a fairly low-slung car. Like, I'm sitting in traffic behind a Hyundai Tucson right now. If we were driving next to it, or like even behind each other, then all the water from that Tucson is gonna spray into the windshield of the Z3 and just serve as just another blockage. And it's always terrifying, and I know people are gonna say, oh, just get some distance, get some distance. The problem is that whenever I do give distance to cars, another car uses it as an opportunity to, like, you know, slip into this lane. And firstly, it annoys me whenever people do that. That's, I don't know, a pet peeve of mine. But it doesn't even have to be a giant SUV that I'm behind. It can even be something like the Clarity. This actually happened with the Clarity to the point where I had to overtake the car and ride in front of it because it was spraying that much water into me. And the issue is that I don't have the best wipers. Like, I've had my wipers done, but they're not as strong as like a very modern wiper. I don't know how to explain it, but it just doesn't run as well. As a result, it doesn't matter who I'm behind or what I'm behind. For some reason, this will always happen. And with my crappy wipers, it doesn't make things any better. It's always just terrifying, especially, I mean, you guys know what it's like to have water on your windshield. You don't see much, and that's just terrifying. It's unsafe, you know? And I know what you guys are thinking is like, this is your daily driver for most of the year. How are you avoiding thunderstorms? And the answer to that is, I just don't go out during a thunderstorm, you know, like most people do. Like I try to avoid thunderstorms. I take the warnings that are like, please don't drive during this weather or stuff like that fairly seriously. Because, you know, I don't want to drive in a thunderstorm. This is gonna be painful to hear, and it's painful for me to say, but right before I took the Z3 to drive during the flash flood, I had just detailed the thing. Like, legitimately, I cleaned the car, I vacuumed the inside, all of it. And most of y'all know my pain when, like, you got a car freshly cleaned and then you take it in the rain and, oh my God, this Hyundai's nearly hitting me. Why? Okay, so I'm gonna try to attempt a parallel park on this Z3. I don't think I've ever parallel parked this car before. I've parallel parked twice in my life because, I mean, where I live, I don't need to parallel park, but there's a parallel parking spot here and it's somewhat close to where I live, so I'll take it. All right, let's see, so you just, bam, let's see, all the way in, and then from there, twist it in, see, and fail. Damn it. This is attempt 2. Damn it. And fail. Yeah, I'm like real dead close to that curb. It's Kia Souls. The Kia Souls, I tell you. I don't know why, and I don't know what kind of wizardry they're doing, but I'm blaming the Kia Soul. You know what? I don't know what it was, but the magic of the Kia Soul somehow got me to get the spot in. So let's go. I think that took 5 attempts. And on that note though, bam, 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 bam. And just like that, today's video is in fact over. What do you guys think of the parallel parking job, by the way? I think I got it within the lines fairly well. I think it works at least. It's a bit close on this side, but you know what, we'll run with it. And on that note though, if you liked this video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. Do you guys drive your convertibles in the rain? I try not to, but obviously I get caught in some situations, so yeah. And if you like what you're seeing, leave a subscribe. And just like that, I'm out. I have a bunch of laundry I need to do. Peace.